Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you again to our next session of Bhagavad Gita. We do a quick recap. So this session, the purpose of this session is basically to enable everyone to read the Bhagavad Gita shlok, understand the meaning of the shlok, and to help understand the basic philosophy of Gita. And what we have covered till now, we have started with chapter 1. We have covered the first shlok where Dhritarashtra inquire from Sanjay what's happening in the field, and second to 11th shlok where the fear and diplomacy of Duryodhana is shown. He's observing the armies of Pandavas and Kauravas, and then blowing up the conch shell, Shankha from all the sides. And then Arjun wanted to observe the army, so Arjun has observed the armies, and then we saw the reasons why Arjun refuses to fight. So Arjun's dilemma, and we have covered one dilemma, that is compassion, and we were the second dilemma as why he doesn't want to fight, which was more for enjoyment. So we'll start with shlok number 32, reasons why Arjun refuses to fight. That is Arjun's dilemma. So I'll start with shlok 31 because 31 to 35 is all is basically the second reason. So we just repeat after this no need to repeat. I'll just quickly take it through this. Na cha shreyonupashyami hatva swajanamahave na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajam sukhani cha na cha shreyonupashyami. I don't see any pashyamis. I don't see any good. Hatva is in killing. Swajan mahave. Ahave is in fight. Swajan is our own people. Yeah, so basically here we talked about Shreyas, and we talked about Shreyas and Preyas. Preyas is a short-term gain and Shreyas is a long-term gain. And he says, Na kankshe vijayam Krishna. Kankshe is desire. I do not desire any vijay, any victory, Krishna. Na cha rajyam sukhani cha. I don't want any kingdom. Neither I want any happiness. So this is what he told in shlok number 31. So let's go to shlok number 32 to 35. The four shloks that we quickly read and finished last time. Kim no rajyen govinda kim bhogair jiviten va yesham arthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha. Kim no rajyen govinda kim bhogair jiviten va. O Govinda, what is the use? Kim is what is the use of rajya, the kingdom. Bhogair is enjoyment. Jiviten, even living. Yesham arthe is for whom. Yesham, for whom. Kangshitam, desiring. What we are desiring, for whom? No, for whom we are desiring to do this. Rajya, Bhog and Sukhani, what are they doing? Te ime avasthita. They are basically standing. Where they are standing? In Yudh. And in Yudh, pranas tattva dhanaicha. And they are ready to choose and they are ready to give away their pran. So tattva is to give. What? Pran. They are ready to die. As well as they are ready to give all their riches, leave all their riches. And who are those people? Who are their swajan? Acharya, Pitra, Putras, Tathevcha, Pitamaha, the teachers like Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Pitra is people like fathers, Putra, the sons, Tathevcha, Pitamaha, Pitamaha is the Bhish Pitama, yeah, and then Matula, the maternal uncles, Shashura, father-in-laws, Potra, the son's son, yeah, Shala, Sambandhinas, and all the relatives. So basically here we saw that Arjun is standing there, he's observing and he's seeing all the 5 generations of people are standing in front of him, and all his relatives, everyone is there. 5 generations of people are there. Eta na hantu mikshami. Of this na, I don't want to. Ikshami is I don't desire to kill them. Gnato api Madhusudan, O Krishna, I don't want to kill them. Api tailokasya rajasya heto kim nu mahikrite. Mahi is earth. What to say for earth? Even if api tailokya rajasya, even if someone gives me 3 worlds, I am not ready to kill any of them. And then he's asking Krishna, he's asking Janardan, Nihatya dhatrashtranan. Da priti swajan Janardana. O Janardan, Nihatya Dhatrashtra is sons of Dhritarashtra. By killing the sons of Dhritarashtra, what are we going to gain? So this is what we read last time. Let's look at the translation quickly. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudan, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-laws, grandsons, brother-in-laws, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange of the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? So we have covered this in the last class, right? So now there's a question. Question is, we covered two parts, two dilemmas. One is his compassion, and then we saw that his all limbs were shivering, his body was shivering, his everything, like he was losing his composure and everything. Why is Arjun overwhelmed? Why is Arjun overwhelmed? Is he a coward? Do we think this situation that Arjun, he is like losing his he can't even stand, he is losing his composure and he's in compassion, and now he's thinking for what is the enjoyment I'm going to get, what is the pleasure, like when we win something, we want to share it with others. We talked about it. And when all our relatives, everyone that is there, if everyone is here and they're ready to give their life, and then with whom will I enjoy? What is the fun? That's what happened in the last two dilemmas, right? So the question is he a coward? Yeah. So now let us analyze a bit about Arjun. We all know Arjun is a great warrior, right? Yeah. And we have also heard about the stories of the Khandava war that we talked about, when Agni Dev came and how he helped Agni Dev to become all right, right? Then there were other wars, the Virat war that happened. That was just before this whole thing happened, where Arjun single-handedly fought against all the Kauravas. Yeah, he fought against all the Kauravas single-handedly, right? So what happened in the Virat war was, we all know the dice game that happened, where Duryodhan had called Yudhishthir for the dice game, and then he was given 12 years of Vanvas and 1 year of Agyatvas, right? 1 year he has to live in disguise, and 12 years they have to live in forest, right? And the thing was, if in Agyatvas they are found, then what will happen? If they are found in Agyatvas, then he will have to again go in the war. Now this is the thing, when when all the Pandavas, they decided to, when 12 years have passed, they decided to go to Matsya kingdom, and they do the Agyatvas and take shelter of King Virat, under King Virat. So they all went to Matsya kingdom, and they disguised themselves. Yeah, so they never knew that these are Pandavas. So Yudhishthir became one of the person in the in the Sabha. He was one of the person. Yudhishthir was that. Bhim became the cook. He was the voracious eater, so he became the cook. Draupadi became the maid servant. She became the maid of the queen. Yeah, she was helping the queen. And Nakul and Sahadev, they started, one started looking after the horses, another started looking after the cows. And Arjun, he became he dressed like a woman, and he started teaching dance to Uttara, who was princess of Matsya, right? So this is how they hid themselves. And now what happened? When this was happening, so there was a guy called, there was a commander in chief of Virat's army. His name was Kichaka. He was actually having a bad intention towards Draupadi. He never knew that she's Draupadi. She was a maid of the queen, and he had lusty desires for Draupadi. So what Draupadi did is, she complained to the queen, but queen didn't listen. She went to king, even Yudhishthir, complaining against him. But again they said, okay, fine, you just say just few days, tolerate, right? No, but she could not tolerate it. It was becoming too much. So she went to Bhim and complained against him to Bhim. And when Bhim heard about it, they had Draupadi and Bhim had a plan. He said, okay, fine. Draupadi invited Kichak to her into her place, and there, instead of Draupadi, it was Bhim who was dressed up as Draupadi. Now as soon as Kichaka came, what happened? Bhim killed Kichaka. Now what happened? This is the 13th year of Agyatvas. There Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan, they are becoming crazy. They are trying to search Pandavas everywhere, because now they want to give another 12 years of Vanvas to them, and it is now, it's the last days, few days, and they are not able to find. And in the meantime, what happened? They had sent their spies everywhere. Now in the meantime, what happened? They came to know, but they heard about this incident. Yeah, and now they know that Pandavas are there. Like they were quite sure that they are there. So he sent Duryodhan sent one of his friend, another king, to go and attack to the in the Matsya kingdom. Matsya kingdom. His name was Susharma. So he, along with others, came and attacked and also captured Virat. And then Bhim went and rescued Virat along with the cows and everything. He rescued. Now, when Bhim, Yudhishthir, and Virat, they all went to the rescue. This was going on at the back end. What happened? The Kauravas, where what do you call it? Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna, Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, everyone attacked Virat, Matsya kingdom. Now Virat, Bhima, and they all are away. So who is left? The prince is left there. Prince Uttar, he is left. So he decided to go and fight. Yeah, he wanted to go and fight. So Draupadi suggested him, don't go alone. Take the dancer, the dance teacher, as your charioteer. So Arjun went as a charioteer with Uttar. Now when he went there, he got scared. As soon as he saw the Kauravas army, Uttar wanted to flee away. So now he realized. So Arjun said, okay, you wait, you let me fight. And he fought. And then in that fight, he single-handedly defeated everyone. Yeah, so he is such a strong warrior. Alone he could defeat everyone. Now in the end, what he did was he had sent an astra called Sammohan Astra, which actually made everyone sleep. Yeah, and Bhishma Pitama had recognized Arjun. Bhishma Pitama is recognized. Now, although he recognized, he decided not to. He had the answer to that astra, but he decided not to do it and agree for the defeat. So he fought against all of them single-handedly, and now here he is not ready to fight, isn't it? And so what was extreme? And also, he also fought with Shiva, Arjun. So what happened there also, he went and fought, and finally Shiva was so happy with his performance, with his valor, that he actually gave the Pashpat weapon to him, with which he actually killed Karan, isn't it? He killed Karan. So Arjun was extremely knowledgeable also on the not only in the political shastra, also the dharma shastra. He was extremely knowledgeable. So why was it that this was the situation of Arjun? It was because he was in the ethical dilemma. He at this point of time, he could see if he starts fighting, everyone will get killed, both sides, and he is not able to decide what is right, what is wrong. Should he fight? Should not he fight? He's in that dilemma, and that's why he's asking Krishna as a Madhusudan again and again. Madhusudan, he is getting those doubts. He's not able to make it. It's not clear. He's in a dilemma, and he's asking Krishna, oh Madhusudan, oh help me to make it clear. So in the next slok, that is slok number 36, makes it more clear. So let us now go to slok number 36. Just a minute. I'm on still. I have to just go to 36. Shlok number 36, right? 19, 23. I'm in shlok number 28 right now. 30, 31, 32. Yeah, so let's start reading the shlok number 36. Papamevashayed asman हत्वेतानातितायिनः तस्मान्नर्हा वयं हन्तुं धात्राष्ट्रान् सम्बान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः श्याम माधवः पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् हत्वेत् आततायिनः तस्मान्नर्हा वयं हन्तुं धातराष्ट्रान् सबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः श्याम माधवः. पापमेवाश्रयेद् अस्मान् हत्वैतान् आदितायिनः तस्मान्नर्हा वयं हन्तुं धातराष्ट्रान् सबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः श्याम माधवः. Yeah. So now let's understand the meaning of the shlok. Papameva shed asman. Asman is to all of us. What will happen? We will have sinful reaction. Papam. We will get pap. We will get sinful reactions. What? When? If we hatve. If we kill. Whom do we kill? If we kill the Atitaina. If we kill these aggressors. Atitaina means aggressors. So who are the aggressors? Kauravas are the aggressors. So Arjun is saying ki if we kill these aggressors, what will happen? We will get the sinful reactions. Tasma nariham vayam hantum. So what we should do? We should not. Hantum is no. Vayam. We should not kill them. Whom? Dhatrashtan bandhavan. All our relatives as well as all the Dhatrash sons, we should not kill them. Swajanam hi katham hatva. By killing our own people. Sukhina swama madhava. Hey Madhav, how can we get happiness? Right? Now here, this is what he is saying. Let's read the translation and then we'll go to the meaning. Sin will overcome us if we slay our such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain? O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? So in this shlok, his ethical dilemma becomes quite clear. He is talking about two words. One is Atitaina, which is aggressor, and second is Swajan. Swajan is our own people. So what is happening? He is seeing two sides. He is actually seeing two sides. One is aggressors, and second is his own people. Now he is a Kshatriya. He is a Kshatriya. As a Kshatriya, what is his responsibility? To protect the countrymen, against aggressors. That is his job as a Kshatriya. That is his responsibility as a Kshatriya. Now, as a his dynasty, as a Kul dynasty, like Kaurav dynasty, what is his responsibility? His responsibility, he's the hero of the dynasty. He's the hero. He's supposed to save his own people, even at the cost of his life. So the ethical dilemma he's facing is between Kshatriya Dharma and his Kul Dharma. His Kshatriya Dharma and his Kul Dharma. As a Kul Dharma, he's supposed to protect his own dynasty. He's the hero of the dynasty. He's the best warrior and he should protect them. Right? But as a Kshatriya, he's supposed to kill the aggressors. So his dilemma is that his own people have become the aggressors. His own people have become the aggressors. It is you have to kill your own person. And this is the ethical dilemma he is in. This is the ethical dilemma he is in. Now, Atitaina. Now, as per our scriptures, there are six types of people who comes under aggressions, right? A person who gives poison, a poison giver, one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons, one who plunders riches, one who occupies another's land, and one who kidnaps a wife. Yeah. So these are the six categories of people who are aggressors, and as per Shastras, they can be killed. They should be killed. Now let's look at the Kaurava side. Kauravas had given poison to Bhim, right? They have tried to kill Bhim by giving poison, and it actually acted in favor of Bhim, and he got the strength of 10,000 elephants, right? That was the result of that. Krishna saved him. One who sets the fire out to the house. We know the story of Lakshagrah, where they were sent and then they actually put fire in the house, but they were saved. Yeah. One who attacks with deadly weapons. Already we heard about the Virat war and other wars where they were always attacked. Yeah. One who plunders riches and occupies another land. They had played the Dute and all Indraprasth and everything of them they were taken and they were sent to forest. So the Pandavas has nothing with them, right? And one who kidnaps a wife. So Draupadi was insulted, and also during their Vanvas, Jayadratha had tried to kidnap Draupadi. That was another incident that had taken place in Mahabharata. So Kauravas, from all points, they should have been killed. But Arjun's dilemma is, they are my Swajan, they are my relatives. What should I do? How can I kill them? So now let's move to the next slok, that is 37 and 38. यद्यपेते न पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः कुलक्षये कृतं दोषं मित्रदोहे च पातकम् कथं न गेयस्माभिः पापादस्मिन् निवर्तितुम् कुलक्षये कृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन यद्यपि तेन पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः कुलक्षये कृतं दोषं मित्रदोहे च पातकम् कथं न गेयस्माभिः पापादस्मिन् निवर्तितुम् कुलक्षये कृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन
यद्यपि ते न
पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः
कुलक्षये
कृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम् कथं न ज्ञेयम् अस्माभिः पापादस्मिन् निवर्तितुम्
कुलक्षये
कृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन. So let's look at this. Yadyapete na pashyanti. Yadyapi, even if na pashyanti, they are not able to see. Who? Even if they are not able to see what? Pashyanti, lob is greed. Pahata chetasa. Chetas, your consciousness. Their consciousness is covered by greed. Their consciousness is covered by greed. Because of which they are not able to see. What they are not able to see? Kulakshay, destruction of the dynasty. Kul is dynasty. And Kshay is killing and ending. Kulakshay kritam. By doing, kritam is kri is doing. By doing the kulakshay dosham, they are not seeing any dosh, anything wrong in the destruction of the dynasty. Mitra dohe cha patakam. Patakam is again sin. In even do quarrel with the mitra, with the friends. Katham na geyam asmabhi. Katham is why not. Katham is why not. Geyam means when we know, the knowledge that we have. Asmabhi. Asmabhi is we all know. Papad asma nivartitum. We know that this is a great sin. Kulakshay kritam dosha. What we know? That by destruction of the dynasty, it is a dosh. Prapashyat Janardana. Oh Janardan, when we see that, we know that by destruction of the army, it is a great sin and it will be a sin. And although they are not able to see it, why should we do it? Arjun is again putting his reasons why we should not kill the dynasty. So let's read the meaning of it. Translation. O Janardan, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family, or quarreling with friends. Why should we? Who can see the crime in destroying the family? Engage in these acts of sin. Very right. So he is putting his points that it's so harmful, and he's more bothered about killing of the Kul dynasty because he is the hero of the dynasty, and by killing the dynasty he is really worried what's all going to happen, and whether he should give priority to his Kshatriya dharma or he should give priority to his Kul dharma. That is the dilemma he is having, and that's what we are seeing, right? Now let's go to Shlok 39. Kulakshay pranashyanti kul dharma sanatanaha dharme nashte kulah kristan adharmo bhi bhavatyuta kulakshay pranashyanti kul dharma sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krishnam adharmo bhi bhavatyuta.
कुलक्षय प्रणश्यन्ति
कुलधर्मा सनातनः
धर्मे नष्टे कुलं कृत्स्नम्
अधर्मो
vibhavyatyuta
adharmo bhi bhavatyuta. Now 39. Kulakshay pranashanti kul dharma sanatana. Kulakshay. So what happens when there is a kshay of kul? It means when there is a destruction of the dynasty, what will happen? Pranashanti kul dharma sanatana. The sanatana is eternal. Sanatana is eternal. The eternal kul dharma, the family traditions. Kul dharma is the traditions and the culture and the religion of the family. What will happen? Pranashanti. Pranashanti is it will get destroyed. When the kul will get destroyed, the kul dharma will also get eternal, which comes eternally will get destroyed. And then what will happen? Dharme nashte, and that will when that will happen, kulam when the dharma of that kul will get destroyed, what will happen? Adharmo bhi bhavatyuta. It will be overcome by adharma. Adharma will take over. Adharma will take over, right? So now let's see about our Sanatan Dharma. I think all of us know, but I would like to talk about it at this point of time. So the way our Sanatan Dharma is there, it is embedded in Sanatan Dharma. The way it is defined, that from birth we actually grow. Our spiritual growth is defined. Yeah, that's how our Sanatan Dharma is, and that happens because of the Varna Ashram Dharma. Varna Ashram Dharma. So what is Varna Ashram Dharma? We know that we have 4 Varna. Varna is Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. They are the 4 Varna. Yeah, and then we have ashrams. What are the 4 ashrams we have? Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Anavarpas and Sannyas. So this is the basic way of living in our Sanatana Dharma that's there. And Krishna says in the 4th chapter, what does Krishna says in the 4th chapter? Yes. Again? Yeah. Chaturvarnam maya shishtam guna karma vibhavajan. Krishna says that this 4 varna, which is Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, has been created by me, and is not by birth, but it is by gun and by karma. By gun and karma, you become a Brahmin, you become a Kshatriya, you are defined as a by a Vaishya or Shudra. It is not by birth. We have made it now by birth. So by this what happens? Yeah, we have made it by birth, but actually it's by gun. And the qualities of Brahmins have been defined. And now what happens? If you look at Brahmins in a way, they have a traditions, probably that's why it is by birth. Now there's a family traditions which follow. And the family traditions which is followed in Brahmins will be maybe different than that is followed in a Kshatriya, and that will be different than that what is followed in a Shudra and a Vaishya, right? That's how it is. And what happens is, now when I say that how it is embedded in the family, the Brahmacharya, Grihastha and Vanapras, it is expected. I think all of us know the elders in the family, which is normally in the Vanapras period, they actually when the in the grihas they get married, they teach the bahu as what are the traditions of that family, and that gets followed. Yeah, and the parents teach the same the traditions to the kids, the brahmachari, right? They also teach and they go to guru. So there's a tradition that is followed, right? And family tradition, that's how it continues. So now what happens is that's how it is. It goes. Family traditions, religions gets followed, and the people finally get into Vanapras and then sannyas, and that's how the spiritual growth of the people happen in general. That is the traditions. But what happens? Why Arjun is so much worried is when when there will be destruction of family, the kul dharma will get destroyed, and when the eternal kul dharma will get destroyed, adharm will come into picture. Adharm will come. Now let us see next what happens. If adharm comes, then what happens? That is slok number 40. अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय जायते वर्णसंकरः अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय जायते वर्णसंकर.
अधर्मा भी भवात् कृष्ण
अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण
प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलश्रियः
प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः
स्त्रिषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय
स्त्रिषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय
जायते वर्णशङ्कर
जायते वर्णसंकर. So now what Arjun says, when adharma will prevail, right? Now imagine the five dynasties, the five generations, they are not there, and adharma will prevail. Then what happen? It is possible that the evil minded men, they may misuse the women in the family which is there, and because of that unwanted progeny may be born. So it will be a union between different varnas that may have a shudra and a kshatriya, or a shudra and a brahmin. So what will happen? It will result into a progeny that will be not the chaste one. They are not the good quality one. It is going to have a impact of it. So that is what is the next slok translation. When irreligion is prominent in the family,
When religion is prominent in the family,
O Krishna,
O Krishna,
the women of the family become polluted,
the women of the family become polluted,
and from the degradation of womanhood,
and from the degradation of womanhood,
O descendant of Vrishni,
O descendant of Vishnu,
comes unwanted progeny.
comes unwanted progeny.
Now let's go to the next slok. Sankaro narkayaiva
Sankaro narkayaiva
kulgnana kulasya cha
kulgnana kulasya cha
patanti pitro yesham
patanti pitaro yesham
lupt pindodaka kriya.
luptapindodaka kriya.
Sankaro narkayaiva
Sankaro narkayaiva
kulgnanam kulasya cha
kulgnana kulasya cha
patanti pitro yesham
patanti pitaro yesham
lupt pindodaka kriya.
luptapindodaka kriya.
Yeah, sure.
Sankaro narkayaiva
Sankaro narkayaiva
kulgananam kulasya cha
kulgnanam kulasya cha
patanti pitro hesham
padanti pitro yesham
luptapindo dakkakriya.
luptapindo kriya. So what will happen? Because of the unwanted progeny, what will happen? Not even the tradition of this family will go. Even the forefathers will also fall down. Because how it will happen? We have we must be knowing about the pindadan that we do during the Pitru Paksh, right? So why that is given? The pindadan that is given during the Pitru Paksh is basically, it's a food. It is offered to Vishnu, and the food is given to the forefathers, yeah, ancestors. It is given to the ancestors, and with that food, so it is, it's believed that if any ancestor is stuck in the poo planet, he can be released, he can be relieved, yeah. So what will happen is, if the traditions will get into crossed, and then the traditions will not get followed, all these traditions may not happen, and then the forefathers, not even those who are there, they'll again fall down, and they will not be released from the poo planet, right? So that is what is the worry again Arjun has here. Let's go to translation. An increase of unwanted population
An increase of unwanted population
certainly causes hellish life,
certainly causes hellish life,
both for the family
both for the family
and for those who destroy the family tradition.
and for those who destroy the family tradition.
The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down,
The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down,
because the performance for offering them food and water are entirely stopped.
because the performance for food and water
So if such processes are not followed, that may happen, and that's what he is worried about. Now let's go to the stroke 42. Doshairete kulgnanam
दोषेरते कुलज्ञानम्
varna sankara karakai
वर्णशङ्करकारकैः
उत्साद्यन्ते जाति धर्मा
उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्मा
कुल धर्माश्च शाश्वताः
कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः
दोषैरेते कुलज्ञानं नानां
दोषेरते कुलज्ञानम्
वर्णसंकर कारकैः
वर्णशङ्करकारकैः
उत्साद्यन्ते जाति धर्मा
उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्मा
कुल धर्माश्च शाश्वतः.
कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वतः.
So what will happen? Because of the doshairete kulgnanam, because of the again the unwanted progeny that has been brought. The jati dharma, the community, the kshatriya, he is worried about the kshatriya community. Those methods will be stopped, and also the kul dharma, the dynasty will be, it will get destroyed forever. So let's go to the next translation. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition,
By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition,
and thus give rise to unwanted children,
and thus give rise to unwanted children,
all kinds of community projects
all kinds of community projects
and where family welfare activities are devastated.
and family welfare activities are devastated.
And we go to the last group, that's in this group 43. Utsanna kul dharmanam manushyanam janardana
Manushyanam janardana
narake niyatam vaso
narake niyatam vaso
bhavatitya anushusham.
bhavatitya anushusam.
Utsanna kul dharmanam
Utsanna kula dharmanam
manushyanam janardana
manushyanam janardana
narke niyatam vaso
narake niyatam vaso
bhavityat anushusham.
bhavatitya anushusam.
Ajay.
उत्सन्न कुल धर्माणाम
Utsanna kul dharmanam
मनुष्याणाम जनार्दन
manushyanam janardana
नरके नियतं वासो
narake niyatam vaso
भवतीति अनुशुषुमा
bhavatitya anushushama. Utsanna kul dharmanam. So by of those who have destroyed the family traditions, so those manushya, those O Janardhan, the people from whom these family traditions are destroyed, they have heard. Now Anushushra means by the disciplic sensation, by the disciplic parampara, by the Guru Shishya parampara, Arjuna has heard that by the people who are responsible for destruction of this kul dharma, they always stay in Narak, hell. They always stay in Narak. And he is the one who is going to, he is the hero of the entire thing, and he will be the responsible one who is going to kill the dynasty, right? So this is his one of the biggest worry. So let's read the meaning of it. O Krishna, maintainer of the people,
Maintainer of the people,
I have heard by disciplic succession
I have heard by disciplic succession
that those whose family traditions are destroyed
that those whose family traditions are destroyed
dwell always in hell.
dwell always in hell.
Okay, so this is his. So this shlok from there to here, the from 39 to 43 is the next set of shlok, which is destruction of the family tradition. And the 37, the 36, 37, 38 that we read was the sinful reaction. If he kills, then what will happen? He'll get the sinful reaction, and that's what he wanted to avoid. So these are the 4 reasons, which is his dilemma, Arjuna's dilemma. One was compassion. Second was sinful reaction. Then destruction of family traditions, and how can he enjoy? So how to enjoy if everyone is not there? So these are the 4 dilemma Arjuna is facing, and because of which he is not able to decide. Each time he's calling out Madhusudana, oh Keshav, oh tell me, because he knows he is with the expert who can help me. So his thoughts are coming. He's in ethical dilemma. He's wondering what to do, and these are the problems that he's facing, and he's actually calling out Krishna again and again. So let's see now the shlok number 44. Aho bat mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yad rajya sukhalobhena hantum swajanam udyata. Aho bat mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yad rajya sukhalobhena hantum swajanam udyata.
अहोबत महत्पापम कर्तुम व्यवसिता वयम यद राज्य सुखलोभेन
hantum swajanam udyata. Aho but, alas, but how strange. But means how strange. Mahat papa, mahat means great. Pap is sin. Kartum, we are going to do. Kartum, do. Vayam means we all. Vyavasita means we have decided to do such a great sin. Why? For the For the lobh. For what lobh? For the greed of Raji and Sukh. For the greed of Raji and Sukh. We are ready to hantum. We are ready to kill whom? Swajan ubada. Our own people. How strange it is. Just for Raji and happiness, we are ready to kill. We are ready to kill all our people. Huh? How strange is this? Yes, let's read the meaning of it. Alas, how strange it is
Alas, how strange it is
that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful act,
that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts,
driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness.
to enjoy royal happiness.
We are intent on killing our own kinsmen.
We are intent on killing our own kinsmen.
Right? So that is what now he is realizing. What a big sin he is going to commit, and just for the Raj. So he doesn't want anything. He wants to save his own kul people. Right? 45. Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastraparnayah dhatrashtrarane hanyus tanme kshemataram bhavet. Yadi mam apratikaram ashastram shastraparnayah धातराष्ट्ररणे हन्युस तन्मे क्षेमतरम भवेत. Now we say even if mam apratikarak, even I will have to read the second line first. Dhatrashtra is sons of Dhritarashtra. In this run, in this fight, Hanyum, kill me, it is better. Kshematam is better. Bhavet hoga. What will be better? Shastra Paraya is with the weapon. Shastra Paraya is along with the Shastra. What will happen? If the sons of Dhritarashtra with their weapons in hand kill me, Pratikara is unresisting, and Ashastra, even though I don't have Shastra, if they kill me, that is better. I will prefer that than standing up and killing my own kul people, right? So let us read the meaning of it. Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me, unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. So now he's like totally, although deciding no, it's better that I die than I have to save my kul, right? And text 46, which is the last shloka of this chapter. Sanjay Uvacha. Sanjay said, Eva Muktva Arjunah. Eva Muktva Arjunah Sankhe. Rathopas Upavishat. Visijya Sasharam Chapam. Shokasan Vignamanasah. Eva Muktva Sankhe. Rathopast Upavishat. Visijya Sasharam Chapam. Shokasam Vignamanasah. So Evam Uktva. Sanjay what Sanjay said. What did Sanjay said? Evam Uktva. After saying that it's better that they kill me unresisting, I am without my shastra, they kill me, that is better. And after saying that, Arjun, Sankhya means in the battle. What did Arjun do? Rathopast. In the Rath, Upavishat. He sat down on the chariot seat. He sat down, and Vrisijya Sasharam Chapam. Vrisijya means putting aside, Sasharam his bow and arrow, and completely Shok Vignamanasa, and completely absorbed in sadness, right? So let's read the meaning, translation. Sanjay said, Arjun, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows, and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with greed. So with this, basically the first chapter we have finished. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now when we have finished this chapter 1, what I would like to do is, I would like to take you through, just a minute. So we just finished our So we saw the 4 reasons. So what I would like to tell you now is about the we have we have 18 Purans. We talked about Purans, right? We have 18 Purans. One of the Puran is Padma Puran. One of the Puran is Pad Puran. Now in Pad Puran, we talk about the Gita Mahatmya. We talk about Gita Mahatmya. So each chapter's Mahatmya, glories of each chapter has been given. So now what I'll do is, since we have finished chapter 1, I would now tell you what is the Mahatmya, glories of this chapter, right? So what happens now, most of our Puran, it's a question and answers. And also Parvati is asking question and Shankar is replying. Most of the Puranas are like that, right? Parvati is asking question and Shivji is replying, Shankar is replying, right? So what happens is, now Parvati asks Shivji here that I would like to understand from you what are the glories of the first chapter. Yeah. So now Shivji says that okay, what I'll do is I will tell you what same question Lakshmi ji had asked Bhagwan ji, and whatever Bhagwan ji said, I am going to tell you the same story. So what had happened was, when Lakshmi ji asked Vishnu ji as what is the glories of chapter 1, he said that Srimad Bhagavad Gita is basically, he himself represents Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The first 5 chapters of Bhagavad Gita is the face of Vishnu. The next 10 chapters is basically his limbs. The 16th chapter is his stomach, and the last 2 chapters, which 17th and 18th chapter, is his legs. It's his Charan Kamal. Yeah, so that's how he's described. And he said, if people know this much also, lot of their sins will get diminished. It will get less. It will get lessened, right? And if someone reads Gita, even chapter 1, one shlok every day, or even some shloks every day, he will get liberation just like Susharma got. He'll get liberation just like Susharma got. So Lakshmi ji asked, who is this Susharma and how did he get what is that story? So he says, then Vishnu ji replies, he says that Susharma was a Brahmin. He was a Brahmin, and he was born in a family, Brahmin family, where there was no Vedic rituals were followed. There was no meditation, there was no jap, there was no yagya was performed, there was no puja part used to happen. And he was so bad, he was so that he used to drink liquor and also eat meat. So that's how Susharma was. And he used to earn, his livelihood was basically, he used to sell the leaves, and whatever money he used to get, he used to actually get the money and spend his life like that. And one day when he went to a rishi's garden to pick up the leaves to sell, a snake bit him and he died. And when he died, as per his deeds, he went through multiple hell, and finally he was born as a bull. Now when he was born as a bull, he was bought by a crippled man. And that man did was, he used to really torture this bull. He used to put lots and lots of load on him, and used to really take him for long distance. And one day, when he had put so much load on him that he could not bear and was taking him up the hill, he collapsed. The bull collapsed. When the bull collapsed, lot of people around him came to see the bull. Lot of people around came to see the bull. And when they saw that now the bull is about to die, they started giving their daan of their punya karm daan kar sakte hai na. If you have done a punya karm, you can think and donate it to someone, right? So they started donating their punya karma to the bull, right? So there was a prostitute. She was also standing in that sea, and she could see that the bull is dying. She was thinking, I don't know what good I have done, but she thought of something, and then she also donated that to the bull. Now when bull went to Yamraj, his Rekha Padi happened, and Chitragupt said that because of the donation of that punya that was given by the prostitute, he has actually completed all his sins, and now he is free to go back as a human form on the Bhulok, on the earth. Yeah, so he's free to go back on the earth. Now he comes back to the earth in a good Brahmin family where, which is a cultured family where a lot of puja part happens and Vedic rituals happens. But he also remembers his past history. So Sharma remembers his past history. So once he's grown up, he searches for this prostitute and asks her, "What did you give? So that, because of that dan that you gave, I've come to, I've, got done with all my sins." So she said, "I don't know. Actually, there is a parrot in my home, and that parrot says something. I listen to that, and I always feel good. So I thought that whatever goodness I used to feel, I'm giving that to you." So he said, "Okay, so let's go to my home and let's ask the parrot." So they both went to her house, and then they asked the parrot that, "Okay, what do you do? What do you recite?" So the parrot said, "In my previous Janam, I was a very learned Brahmin, but I was very, very proud, very, very rude, very, very proud of my knowledge, and I was envious of all other learned Brahmins. I was envious of all other learned Brahmins, and I used to fight with them. Yeah, I was envious, and I never regarded I used to disregard them. So what happened when I died? I also went to few hills, and finally I took a birth of a parrot. And one day I was like, too tired, and I was fallen from the tree. There was a nice rishi. He took me to his house, and he took care of me and put in his in the cage. And in his house, his disciple used to recite the first chapter of Gita. So they used to recite, and as a parrot, I also learned, and I till since then I recited it every day. And then once someone took the, when someone stole this me from there and sold it to this Devi. And when I used to recite in the morning, she used to recite with me. Yeah. So because she used to, and that is the what you punya she has given to you, because of which you have actually no, from a bull and all those things have been reduced, you come to a human form. So if we recite the chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita, we can cross the bhav sagar, the material world, easily. Yeah. So it says, Vishnuji says, even if you recite one shlok of a Gita or half shlok every day, you are benefited and you can cross over this material world, this ocean in which we all are. Yeah. Hare Krishna. With this we'll end. Before we end, let us now say Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.